There comes a time in every boy's life where he must grow up and become a man. And that time for me is tomorrow, Saturday, June 10th at 1 PM Eastern. At that time, I'll be entering Labyrinth of Legends for the first time, trying to do an entire path all in one go while live streaming. Now I know you're thinking, did I really just say that I would be becoming a man by spending all day playing video games? And yes, that's exactly what I said, man. So what? What's up, guys? Brian Grant here of ContestChampion.com, and it is time to step foot in Labyrinth of Legends. Oh man, I've been waiting for this for so long, guys. Been so pumped about this. A lot of the things that I've been doing in this game for the past few months have all just been like trying to get into Labyrinth of Legends, trying to farm up as many shards as possible in the arena, trying to get as many chances as I could at Gwenpool or Star-Lord before Gwenpool was an option for me, and I'm ready. I'm ready. This team that you see before you right now is the exact team that I'll be taking in with me. I am going to be leveling up Wolverine, Cyclops, and Storm just a little bit more, but for the most part, I'm going to be relying upon Gwenpool, who is not awakened. Wish she was, would help out in some of the fights like against Magic, but that's alright, man. I'm just very excited about this, guys. Actually, the only fights that I'm going to be using anyone aside from Gwenpool is the final fight against Maestro. I don't have much practice against Maestro. I only went back and fought him one time since clearing Act 4, and I'm really not that good at dodging his special one. So I have 7 team revives, actually, and I'm going to be just kind of throwing away the other champions in there, trying to practice dodging that level 1 beam, trying to do as much little chip damage as I can to Maestro before, you know, trying to finish it off with Gwenpool yet again. So I'm pretty excited about it. I will be doing the easy path, the standard path that most players take for the first time, but it is going to be a little bit different. First off, like I said, I will be live streaming the entire thing, no matter what happens, no matter how good or bad I play. Hopefully, you know, the people who follow this channel, you guys know, man, I'm not afraid to embarrass myself. I upload pretty much every single Alliance War, regardless of how poorly I do. To me, it's not about that. It's all about the progression. Since the very first video that I uploaded to this channel, you know, it's just all been about progression. Back then, I didn't even have a single 4-star champion, and now I'm trying to take down Labyrinth of Legends, and that's really what it's all about for me. I'm not trying to prove anything against any other player or YouTuber or whatever. There's plenty of better players out there than me, but for me, it's just all about that progression and how far I've come. And I think that's pretty cool. But the ways that it's going to be different also include that obviously there's no Star-Lord here. Star-Lord is the king when it comes to taking down Labyrinth of Legends. But if he's the king, then I think Gwenpool is the queen. I think Gwenpool is better than most characters. Pretty much everybody except for Star-Lord, I would say. Especially for the, you know, the easy path here. Of course, some fights you have to take in different champions. But, you know, Gwenpool I think is going to do a fine job. Almost as good as Star-Lord. The second way that it's going to be a little bit interesting is that I absolutely suck at intercepting. I'm so bad at it that I'm pretty much not even going to try to intercept while I take down, or try to take down the first path of Labyrinth of Legends here. I wanted to practice more, but Gwenpool fell in my lap, and so did those skill catalysts. I got pretty lucky there on that one opening where I got a bunch of skill catalysts. And yeah, I figured there's no time to learn how to become an intercepting machine. I don't know if I'll ever have the reaction speed to be an intercepting machine, to be honest. But I don't think it's the only way to play this game. I don't think it's the only strategy. It might be the most skillful and the best, but it's not the only thing, man. So if you're not a good interceptor like me, like, you know, as in I suck at it, then hey, man, come check out maybe a slightly different way to play. It's not entirely different from people who are intercepting at this game, right? But you know, like I said, I'm not going to be doing it almost at all. So if you're worried about needing to learn how to intercept to get through Labyrinth, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Come check out the live stream. We'll see how it goes. I also have a pretty strict goal here of trying to only spend 1,000 units to get through this easy path, and I don't know if that will be possible. To be clear, I have a lot of things saved up. I have a lot of items stashed away, I mean, you guys see how many crystals I hoard up there. I've got a bunch of free 4-hour crystals. So yeah, it's not like I'm just going in empty-handed. It's not like I'm expecting to have no resources on hand and you know, just drop 1,000 units and say, oh, Labyrinth of Legends, that was easy, 1,000 units. It's not like that. I have a lot of stuff saved up, but I'm hoping that I only need to spend an additional 1,000 units at most to get through there. Is it gonna happen? Don't know, man. That's what's gonna make it interesting, is to see if it is gonna happen or not, or to see if I am gonna go broke on units. I do have a decent amount of units stashed up there, along with you know, 1.5 million battle chips. So if I really get into a bind, then you know, I have other resources. I have other ways of you know, of buying revives and stuff like that. But I'm hoping that I won't have to. I think it'll be pretty cool if I can stay under my goal of 1,000. Something else that people may or may not find interesting about the way I play this game is that my account is completely free to play, which not only means that, you know, I haven't spent any money in this game, but it also means that I do not accept in-game items. You cannot add me to your friends list. You cannot send over any kind of revives. I appreciate it. I think it's fine that that people send over other YouTubers items. In fact, there's a video here that I made back in November, back on Cyber Monday, actually, giving my thoughts about all that. What are my thoughts about some YouTubers being gifted revives to get through Labyrinth of Legends? I think it's good. There's a lot of work that goes into certain videos. I think it's good that you can show your support for the YouTubers that you like. So giving them something in-game, giving them something that just costs a few units, I think that's awesome. I think that's cool. It's not going to be as fun for me. Let me explain why I personally am not going to be accepting any revives when I do the challenge. It has nothing to do with me thinking that, like, I'm better for not accepting it or whatever. It's nothing to do with it. Like I said, please go support your favorite YouTubers. I can't stress that enough. My favorite game of all time is Diablo 2. And there's a website out there called D2JSP. D2JSP taught me a very valuable lesson in life because it ruined my favorite game of all time. It ruined Diablo 2 for me. And I'd always play it from scratch. I'd always build up my own characters and stuff like that, and had a blast doing it. And then one time, I was like, you know what, I have a lot of forum gold. I'll just buy up all the best items right off the bat. And that killed the experience for me. It was not fun at all. Which, by the way, is why I'm happy that the deals that they have here in Marvel Contest of Champions aren't some insanely good thing like the stuff I was able to buy in Diablo 2. Because if it were that way in Marvel Contest of Champions, everybody with $100 to the name would just be completely bored to tears. They wouldn't have anything to do. They would just, you know, beat the game or whatever. But in this case, they just give you, you know, they give you something, but they don't just like beat the game for you. That's what happened with Diablo 2 for me, is that I used this forum gold to like immediately beat the game, and it just killed it for me. It was no fun. And ever since that day, this is just how I've been playing games ever since. And that was kind of years ago that that whole Diablo 2 experience was ruined for me. You can see here, I'll give you another example of something between then and now. This is still on the same website, D2JSP, where I was playing a game called Realm of the Mad God, and I used to make these threads where I wouldn't accept any outside help. I wouldn't, you know, there's no money spent, there's no trading, nothing like that. And I would just like to see how far I can get, and that was just the most fun for me. I think it's fine that people spend money. I think it's fine that people don't spend money. I don't think there's a huge difference between the two players, so I think it's fine to give your favorite YouTubers some revives, as long as that's something that they themselves want, as long as it doesn't hurt their experience with the game. If I had a gifting badge, I would give some of my favorite YouTubers some revives myself. Because I don't, I'll just try to show up in the chat, I'll try to wish them luck, I'll try to cheer them on, give them my support that way. I'm looking to be challenged in this game. I'm not just looking to come in here and scoop up these rewards. I want to be challenged. I want to take on the most difficult content, and I want to have that feeling of, you know, it's taken so long to get to this point, and have this pressure on me that you know, if I fail here, then I'll have to start over. I'll have to start collecting all these resources over again. Some people might not find that fun, but that's what I enjoy about it. That's part of the game for me. So yeah, I will not be accepting any kind of outside item help other than what I've already farmed myself and whatever units I have on hand to get me out of a jam if need be. The last interesting thing that I'll mention is that I may or may not have a co-commentator for the run. I'm going to be focusing quite a bit on each of these fights and really not paying attention too much to the chat, but I don't want to make it so that your guys' voice isn't heard at all, and I would be very grateful if someone can join me. And I've already talked to this individual, and I'm hoping that they will. All things seem like they're a go, but I don't want to put any pressure on this person if they're unable to make it. If something comes up, it's totally fine, and then well, it'll just be me and you guys. But yes, there is a co-commentator planned that you know, together I think we could have some fun. So yeah, guys, hopefully you are as excited as I am about Labyrinth of Legends. Again, it'll be going down tomorrow, Saturday, June 10th at 1 p.m. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. Take care.